July 20, 2025. Update on our eggplant, guys. They are late, but I think we can still have a harvest of this. They're not, they have a buds already, but they don't have a fruit yet. See? Now these are right here are a little bit bigger, and they're a different variety. And those are also a different variety. As you see, they're green. But these are planted in a different time. That's why also they're like big ones in here and then getting smaller over there. And actually there is another more smaller over that one. That was because we were waiting for our time available, and as well as this plot over here was the strawberry. And we have to wait for the strawberry to be done fruiting and also removing them before I can even plant more. These extra, these are an extra um, or a backup eggplant, because I bought some seedlings at the store. But guess what, the seedlings at the store, I will show you. These are my own seedlings right here, right there. So all of that right there. But the one that store bought, guess what? This is what the store bought. See, they don't even have any fruits there yet either. And especially this one right here, don't even have no buds in it yet, even yet. That's a store bought. That means when I actually bought them at the store, they were already big. And however, there's one right here. It's a different variety though. This is also a store bought, and I see there's already a smaller fruit on it. But other of my friends that they have a store bought, they've already been even eating eggplant already. Now, the reason why these are not, why my eggplant is not yet producing fruit compared to other friends, it's because one big mistake I made once again was at that time that when I bought the eggplant, I did not have rooms anymore in the garden for me to plant it. So what I did is, this bed right here was onions, and so these were our all onions, except this one right here, because this was no onions in it, but they have bok choy in this bed right here. And then I put these peppers here. The banana peppers are store-bought as well. So I even what is it called, intercropping in there with the bok choy. So that's why they are also, the plants are small, but at least they have a fruit. But for over here, however, there were onions in there. So I just, because I knew I'm going to harvest the onion pretty soon anyway, and then after the onion I don't have anything in there to plant. So that's why for the meantime I put the eggplant in here, and then I have the basil over there. It doesn't look very very happy the basil in there. I don't know if it is maybe because of the sunflower getting shaded in there, but anyway, so that's what happened. So now I learned that they do not like, they do not like to be planted close to other plants. So I guess they're pouting, and that's the reason why they are like that. But anyway, it's still not too late. They're still going, they're still going to recover, and we are, you know, as you see, they're recovering after I remove the onions, so they are recovering now. And so yeah, they do not like to be planted in closer to other plants. That's something I need to learn, to remember, I mean, for next time. And so that's about it. And then anyway, so this is what my garden look like, guys. Sunflowers are all up. All the sunflowers are volunteer. I've seen some okra already. I've seen some okra. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Lots of nice flowers. This is very nice one too. So I've seen okra. Yeah, here's eggplant. So I guess it's going to have some eggplant pretty soon. So here's my okra here. I don't have a lot of okra, but I thought I spotted what it's ready to harvest, or it's about. Yeah, it's about. Right here. Sweet potato is crawling all over now. And then I have this is the Okinawan over here. Look at that, guys. Okinawan sweet potato. And then we also have a volunteer over here of long beans. And but see the difference, guys, if there is really the soil is really amended. All of the soil that is in this one and this raised bed here are from the compost, and you can really see, you know, see the leaves of these sweet potato. I already harvest sweet potato leaves over here, and but they're already, you know, taking up all of the space of this raised bed. Hopefully I can make this all entire row over here. Hopefully I can finish making a raised bed like that. I have more woods in there that I can make. So our carrots are doing pretty good as well. But I want them, they're not very big yet. They're not all that big yet. And it's kind of more crowded as well, but I'll just let them grow more. Look at our black-eyed Susan, guys. This is starting to bloom, open up, but the hibiscus right there is open up now, guys. Look at that. And then our hydrangea is starting to change the color. Those are the fire and ice, so that's why this is starting to change the color to look like a fire. Look at our gabi. It's getting big. Excited for my gabi. So my goal next year, guys, is because of the plan that, you know, me and my hubby is going trucking, so we will not be able to garden anymore like we used to, especially plants like bok choy, you know, what you call it, this mustard or anything like that. We can't do those kind of plants anymore. However, we can still plant sweet potato, so we were thinking about doing more on the gabi, more carrots, and then we can do corn, we can do watermelon and squash. We can still do a lot. We just probably not gonna be able to do a long beans, because long beans, once they start producing fruit, we have to harvest them every other day or every 3 days the most, and we will not gonna be here for that. And as well as eggplant and okra, we won't be able to do that either. And summer squash and summer squash, we can't do that either, because summer squash, once they start, you have to harvest them every other day or every 3 days. So we won't be able to do that, especially I believe we're gonna be gone for at least 2 weeks straight before we come home. However, if we do just the sweet potato, we can harvest the sweet potato all one time. You only harvest one time and that's it. So and as well as the gabi. So that's what we're gonna do for next year. We won't be able to do the other one too is the corn. We can harvest corn all at one time only. Eggplant, okra, green beans, tomato even. We're not gonna be able to take care of that, because that needs to be harvested a couple of times. However, we might gonna be able to do just a little bit of a tomato per se. It's just the processing for that it takes a time for us to do it. So we will not gonna be able to do that unless if we have some kind of a friends come over here and do it for us. But just ask for us to do the easy way for us to for example with the sweet potato, we can store them easily. That doesn't require any refrigerations. Look at that long beans, guys. See, this is what I'm saying about the long beans, that we can't do this when we're trucking, because you have to harvest them every other day or every 2 days. Yesterday I actually harvested some in here, and then now there's another more to harvest. So definitely this is something that we cannot grow if we're gonna be doing trucking. So we're gonna stay. We will able to use the bed, the same amount of garden beds we have, but all we had to do is just plant more of corn, more of squash, more of sweet potato. We will pass on eggplant, okra, long beans, watermelon. We just have to pass that. Even with onions, we can still do garlic. Garlic and onions, yes, we can do that, because once you harvest that, you will just harvest it all at one time. It's not like a continuously harvesting. Peppers the same way. Peppers requires to harvest a few times. Every other once they start producing fruit, you have to harvest them every 2 or 3 days as well. So we can't do peppers either. What else? So we'll just stay more on lofa the same way. I won't be able to plant lofa next year, so we're gonna just stay more on the flower plants. There is some yellow squash that I kind of ready to harvest. Some of that yellow squash right here is dying. Look at that tomato. There's really big one tomato right there, but but they're not ready yet. I can't wait. Can't wait. Should have to fertilize this more over here as well. I think it needed more to fertilize my tomatoes. There's a lot of fruits in here, right there. They're still green. So that's all of the tomatoes right there. There's a lot right here too. There's more over here. These are the big boys, so that's why they're big. Yep. I got more corn over there. More of the I got watermelon over here. Yeah, there's one already. Get big one over there. Oh, it's already hot. I better gonna go in the shade. So there's another long beans in there. That would be, I think tomorrow will be ready for that long beans to harvest again. This is the Roman tomatoes here. Yeah, they're getting big. It seems like there's one in there that's about to ripe. Then, yeah, I just want to show this one right here. Look, there. That's a very nice one. And then the daylily is in there too. That's my favorite daylily. But yeah, that's a very nice gladiolus there, guys. It's really blooming in here. Okay. And then over here are oops. We have a cucumber ready to harvest, guys. They're ready to harvest. Some right there, ready to harvest. Yeah, they're climbing good. Already better melon. I can't wait for the better melon. Got more. Oops. We have another more sweet potato over here as well. So I'm going into the shade. Shade, guys. To the shade. That's it, guys. Until next time. Flexing you guys at Tesai's garden.